everybody, this is Caitlin at the Twinsburg Library, and today we're going to be showing some fancy Elsa braids. So I'm going to show you how to do an Elsa braid on your doll and also on yourself, so you guys can have matching braids, maybe even for Halloween. So all you need for this hairstyle is a comb and a little rubber band, or you can use a ribbon. It's pretty easy, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We want to give a special shout out and thank you to Smuggles for Muggles for letting us borrow these masks so that way we can keep nice and safe. All right, let's get started. We're going to give Kanani a really cool Elsa braid, which is just a French braid that's been tilted to the side that goes diagonally across her head so that way the braid lays on her shoulder like Elsa's does. Now for this one, you want to make sure your doll's hair is brushed really, really well, or your human's hair if you're doing it on a human, because we're going to be braiding it all the way down to the end. So I'm going to show you a quick way how you want to brush your doll's hair. You want to get a little spray bottle and make sure the hair is nice and damp. Makes it easier to work with. And then always make sure you're holding the hair as you're brushing it, so that way you're not pulling it right out of her hair, because we don't want poor Kanani to go bald. That would be terrible. So make sure it's really, really brushed as well as you can. Like I said, just like that. And now she's all ready for a braid. Nope, well, not quite yet. Made a mess. There we go, all better. So to start the braid, we're going to go ahead and take a section of her hair off center. So likely Kanani already has an off center part, but if your doll doesn't, that's fine. You can just make sure that you move it over. So we're going to take a section of the hair over up to the side of her head, like this, just the top part, so just a little bit above her ear, like so. All right, like that. And then we're going to take that section, as you can see, and we're going to split that into 3 parts. Chunk that out into 3 separate sections, so that way we can start our French braid. Alright, make sure you separate it all the way down to the ends, because otherwise you're going to get mad at yourself later. Alright, now we're going to just start our French braid by just doing a regular braid one time. So that means we're going to take from the right side, the right chunk, to the center, and then we're going to take the left chunk to the center. And that was our first part of our braid. Make sure you pull it nice and tight. And then now we're going to start the French part of the braid. So all that means is that we're going to be taking a section of her hair from the right side of her head. Just take a little section. Make sure you get all the way down to the ends, and we're going to add it to our braid chunk and then bring that whole thing over to the center. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to take a chunk from the top of the head and add it to that side of the braid. You can see I'm still holding all 3 strands separately with my fingers. I'm just going to add that to the left section, and then make sure it's laying all nicely, and then we're going to bring that to the center again. All right, one more time on the right side. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab a section over here, all the way down to the end. It's a little tangled at the end, but that happens. All right, we're going to add that to the right side, and then we're going to bring that to the center, and then we're going to go grab from the left side. Grab a chunk and add that to the left side and bring it to the center. Now sometimes you're going to get like these little bumps. Just grab that, kind of smooth it down, and there you go. We're going to keep on going. We're going to make sure we're going to follow the diagonal path all the way down. So we're going to go grab a section, add it to the right side, and bring it over the top to the center. We're doing that over and over and over again till we get to once we've added all the hair from her head to the braid. Now that we've got to the base of our braid, we're gonna do a quick brushing of the bottom because it's always gonna be a little knotty. So we're gonna go ahead, it's still a little damp from what I did it before, and I'm holding the base of the braid, keeping all the 3 strands separate. Now, I ended with the right side going over, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the braid off. I'm gonna go left to the center, right to the center, left to the center, right to the center. And I'm going to keep it kind of loose because Elsa has that really nice big fluffy braid. And I'm going to go ahead and end it down at the bottom once I run out of hair. And I'm going to use a little clear rubber band at the base, although you can use whatever you have on hand. You can even use a ribbon, make a cool blue sparkly ribbon to make it super Elsa-y. Alright, now, once I get that all together, I'm going to go ahead and loosen it up a little bit, make her braid nice and loose like Elsa's is, so it's flowing. And, whoop, really got crazy. There you go. Now, she really looks like Elsa. And now I'm going to show you how you guys can do it on yourself. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can have the Elsa braid on yourself. So you're going to want to go ahead and make sure your hair is super brushed. Brush through nice and easy. Make sure you get those ends really, really good. And we're going to go ahead and like swoop it back so that way there's only a little bit of part over on the side, over on one side. Doesn't matter which side as long as it's over at the side, because Elsa's braid is a French braid that goes diagonally across her head so that way her braid lays on her shoulder. Gives us that iconic look. So we're going to start over on this larger side of our part, and we're going to take a section of hair, like that. Doesn't matter how big or small, I mean you want to keep it a good size. And then we're going to go ahead and split that into 3 pieces, and we're going to do a French braid. So all that means is that we're going to put each side towards the center. So you can kind of see it from underneath. We're going to take the one side and move it to the center, and then we're going to take the other side and move it to the center. And that's the first part of the braid. See? Super easy. Now comes the trickier part. Not that it's hard. We're going to take the little piece of hair from the one side, and we're going to add it to the side whose turn it is to go to the center. So now you can see I have the one part of my hair that was the original part of the braid and the added piece, and we're going to move that towards the center. Now the tricky part is keeping it really, really, really tight. We're going to make it loose later, but right now we're going to keep it tight. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to grab a little piece from that side, add it to the braid, and I'm going to go ahead and put it towards the center. So I'm going to go ahead and move it up so you guys can see it. I'm going to take a little piece from the top, add it to my braid, and then move that side to the center. So all braiding is moving side pieces to the center, side pieces to the center. We're going to do that again. We're going to take another piece so you can see it, and move that piece to the center. And again on this side, go ahead, keep it nice and tight, pull it to the center. All right, and again. Now, depending on how intricate you want your braid to look, depends on how thick your pieces are. I'm pulling some really big pieces of my hair in, so it's going to not be as much of a braid, but you can do little teeny tiny pieces and it makes your braid look a lot tighter and more intricate. And towards there, and go. What would be really cool is if you wanted to add like little blue streaks to it, like you've got frozen hair, or especially some glitter. They make glitter hairspray, which is super cool. Take another piece, add it to the side, bring it over top and bring it to the center. And then this is also a really cool hairstyle that you guys can just wear every day. Miss Caitlin does all the time. All right, we're gonna grab the last little piece that's underneath here, add it to my last side, and bring that to the center. We're gonna tighten it up. And there we go, we got our nice little French braid going diagonally down her head. Now, all you have to do is finish off your braid. So my last piece was this piece that goes to the center. So then we're going to just keep going with the other side. So one side to the center, the other side to the center, one side to the center, the other side to the center, and you're going to keep going till your braid is as long as you want it to be. Like that. Like I said, you could always add some fun hair extensions or other craziness you want to do. And then once it's long enough, we're going to tie it off. I like using little tiny clear rubber bands, but there's all kinds of, you can even get blue ones or other kind of craziness you want to do. You could even add cool ribbon to the end with lots of sparkles and other craziness. And then, well, there you go. This is how I like to wear my hair when I come to work, and it's nice and tight. But Elsa is known for having the big loose hair, so all you really have to do is go ahead and pull it apart a little bit, make it nice and loose. So pull it up on your head, and there you go. You've got some Elsa hair. Hope you liked this video, and we'll see you guys for the next crazy video that the Twinsburg Library does. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.